What's going on, guys? Coach Joe here at the Lions Den, and today what I want to do is make a video on improving your bench press. Now, I made a video similar to this almost about a year ago, and in that time I've really worked on improving my technique and my numbers with the bench press. So I kind of wanted to review some of those things with you guys. Hopefully it's like an updated version of that video that can help you guys out as well. Before we even get into the minor technical adjustments that I've made, I want to just talk about some general topics that could probably help increase your bench press. The first one is simply going to be to bench more. Now, I used to do programs where I was only benching 1 day per week, and for me personally, that wasn't a high enough frequency. For beginners, that probably will work and you'll have great gains. However, I think the more that you advance in this journey of lifting, frequency is something you're gonna have to play with. So for me, benching twice a week has been kind of the sweet spot. At one point I was benching 3 times a week, but I scaled it down just because I was getting a little bit of tendonitis. So 2 times has been perfect. So for you guys, increase or play with that frequency and see if right off the bat that will help. Now, bottom line, that's kind of just covers the whole topic of benching more, because if you want to get good at something, you should just keep doing it over and over and over again and learning and adjusting. The next general concept is just going to be variations on your weak points. So wherever you guys get stuck, maybe it's on your chest, maybe it's a couple inches above your chest, or even at your lockout, it's going to tell you the areas that you need to improve on. So by either benching with a higher frequency, maybe on one day you focus on your comp lift, and then the second day it's going to be a variation to help your weak point. That could be working on some sort of tempo bench, it could be a pin bench, maybe incline, whatever, but you want to capitalize and get that weakness stronger, so overall your bench will go up. Now, I'm not sure if this applies to everybody, however, I have been pressing more. So doing shoulder presses, different variations of the shoulder press, maybe pin presses with the shoulder, or even banded presses, and doing some accessory work like push presses. And I have found that that's been helping my shoulders get stronger, because I'm predominantly have a very strong back and triceps when it comes to the bench press. But the amount of pressing volume that has increased has helped my bench press. So maybe you guys can just press more, increase the pressing frequency, and maybe that'll help with your bench press as well. So when it comes to the actual technical flaws that I had in my bench press, I'm gonna list about 5 of them that have really helped improve my bench personally, but maybe they can help yours. Now, starting with number 1 is going to be finding the right grip width for you on the barbell. Now, there's different ways to just establish this. Sometimes people, what they like to do is when you come down and descend on the bench, if we were to look straight forward at you and your arms make almost a goalpost look, then that is where your width should be. However, for me, I have very strong triceps, and I like to utilize that in my bench press. So what I'll do is I'll actually have a slightly more narrow grip than the average person, and that it will help me bench more. Now, that's not the case for everybody, but I like to utilize my strengths in my lifts. So I have very strong triceps, and just coming in even a hair, like a 1/4 of an inch, lets me get more tricep engagement in there and has helped increase my bench press. So something that has really helped me, and it's taken me some time to figure out what is the right level for me, but that's been getting the arch in my lower back. And what I'll actually really like to do with this is use the rack uprights to help get me up onto my shoulder blades. And the next crucial part of this is taking the bar off of the rack while still keeping the arch and all the tension build up throughout your back and staying up on your shoulders. Often what I see is when people unrack the bar, they lose that position, and it's almost like they build up all this energy, and right before the bench, they let loose that, and that messes up their bench. And I'm guilty of doing this all the time in the past before, so I really like to pay attention and making sure when I unrack the bar, I can keep that energy, that tension build up, and that will help me with my bench press. Pretty hot here in PA. I vowed this whole entire year I would not turn the AC on all summer, which I've been true to my word. However, I'm paying the price right now. Just trying to shoot a video and it ends up being a sauna session. On the last video I made of this, I didn't actually talk about this topic because I said I didn't know much about it. However, a year later, this is something I worked on a lot, and that was hip drive. Now, when I was first doing hip drive, I was actually relaxing my butt and then trying to shoot it up and press, and my butt would either come off the bench or the timing was off and it was just out of control. Really when I do it now, I make sure that I keep all the tension still in my legs, my body, like it's just one huge unit. The bar will come down and I will push myself almost backwards through that wall. And what that's gonna do is your hips will rise a little bit. We don't want our butt to shoot off the bench, although it may happen. The better you get at it, it won't happen. But it's gonna give you almost like a push press feeling to your bench press, okay? So it's gonna really take that energy and absorb it and then shoot it straight up. So hip drive has made a huge difference in my bench. And to piggyback off that, for tip number 4, that is going to be to keep my feet flat on the floor, okay? So you may use some shoes like this to bench press, yeah. Or some flat shoes, maybe like some Chucks, or something with like a flat surface that can grip to the floor. I wouldn't suggest running shoes or anything that's not gonna let you really have good support on the ground, because you really want to utilize that leg drive. And I used to actually bench on my toes, if you watch previous videos, or kind of have my toes wedged into the ground, where for me personally, I was actually losing energy and it wasn't the best base that I could build possible for the bench. So keeping my feet flat on the ground, having good supportive shoes will be my tip number 4 for the bench press and increasing my bench press over the last year. Tip number 5, ending this segment, has been keeping my head down on the bench. I used to lift my head up and almost look forward as I was bench pressing. I 100% got this from Mark Bell, because that's how he benched. And then I realized when Mark Bell benches, he wears a huge benching suit, which would make more sense because the amount of tension, stress that it puts on your body, your head and body will naturally probably look up. However, I'm not wearing one of those. It's not realistic. And I'm also losing energy when I lift my head up. So we had that big kinetic chain, right? Almost like a rainbow, right? Of energy just build up all the way from your head to your feet. Now, if I lift my head up, okay, it's gonna throw off the energy pattern that I'm putting into my bench press. So I've been keeping my head down, which is making my bench more effective. So there you guys have it. Those are my tips and overall strategies for increasing my bench press over the last year. So hopefully some of this can help you guys, maybe, maybe not, I don't know. I'm just in this journey with you. Whatever has helped me, I wanna share with you guys. But yeah, that's it. If you liked it, subscribe. Share this video, implement this into your training, drop a comment down below. I like doing those programming Q&As, so if you have more programming questions, fire them down there, because I'll do another one. Lots of big stuff coming up, USS Nationals, got some collaborations in the works, and seminars, all sorts of little cool stuff that I'm really excited about. So couldn't do this without you guys. Thank you so much. I love y'all, and we'll keep getting stronger together. Peace.